show you how to get unlimited, almost free RV camping at wineries and vineyards, breweries and distilleries, ranches and farms, attractions and museums, golf courses and country clubs using Harvest Host. Harvest Host is an excellent resource to find interesting, unique, and fun places to RV camp, as well as overnight RV parking, and it's almost free. Let me explain and tell you more about Harvest Host. Harvest Host provides a database of nearly 1,500 and growing United States and Canada businesses that offer free overnight RV parking on their property. And just wait until you see some of these gorgeous and interesting locations you can stay at. But the real big bonus, you do not need to pay the business to park your RV overnight at their locations. Yes, RV camping at a Harvest Host location is free. But you need to be a Harvest Host member, and RVers pay an annual membership to belong. The current classic annual membership is $79 or $119 for a golf package. More on this coming up. But you can literally park your RV overnight for free at as many different Harvest Host locations as you want for 1 year from the date you join. As a member, you also get access to the Harvest Host iOS and Android apps. And because I am a Harvest Host affiliate, you can save 15% using my discount code when you join. So that's $67.15 for 1 year of unlimited free RV overnight camping. And I will leave a link and the discount code in the video description below. Now that we've addressed cost, let's look at some of these Harvest Host locations you can stay at. And I'm going to share what I think are the best ways to use your Harvest Host membership. But first, if you're new here, I'm Randy, and every Thursday I share tips to help us make every moment count, because weekends are just too short. Once you are a member, you can log in on their website or download the iOS or Android app and do your searches from your phone. The first thing you're going to want to do is click on the preferences to filter the type of properties you want to find. Then use the slider to select the length of your RV. And then of course select if you want the location to be pet friendly. The map will automatically update based on your filters, and on the left is a list of all of the properties. There are many times that a Harvest Host membership will come in really handy, but there's two scenarios that I think Harvest Hosts are perfect for. Let's pretend we live nearby or we're going to visit Erie, Illinois, and we want to plan an RV weekend trip. Let's zoom into this area on the map and begin looking for properties that interest us. Right away, the Erie Air Park grabs my attention from the list on the left. By clicking on the name, I am taken to a property detail page, and the first thing I want to do is view the photos. Growing up, my dad owned a small airplane, so this would be fun for me to camp here. As I scroll down to learn more, it says the airport has plenty of open spots to camp, all grass, level, and dry. Properties also have reviews posted by RVers who have stayed here. I love reading about others' experiences to help me determine if this is a place that's going to be right for me. I definitely want to add this to my list of favorites, and to do this, I click the heart icon. Because you can only stay at a Harvest Host location for 24 hours, let's find a second location for a weekend warrior adventure. And staying at a winery would be a lot of fun. Wow, this is absolutely gorgeous. And they have wine tasting and Wi-Fi. Plus 23 raving reviews. Okay, I absolutely have to add this location to my favorites. I just created the ultimate RV camping adventure at an air park where I hope to see some small planes flying and enjoy stargazing at night, then spend my second day wine tasting and learning more about wine. And to think I can do this for almost free is pretty cool. Up next is information on the Harvest Host golf courses and country clubs, as well as their trip planning tool. But first, I wanted to let you know this video is part 2 of a series of videos that I'm doing highlighting useful RV apps. Last week I did a video about HipCamp, another RV app that provides unique places to camp. But instead of camping at a business like you would at Harvest Host, with HipCamp you camp at owners' properties. I'll leave a link to the Hip Camp video in the video description below. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel, be sure to hit the red subscribe button located below this video right now. And don't forget to hit the bell too. By doing this, you'll be notified when the next RV app video is published. Next, let's look at the Harvest Host trip planning tool, which is perfect to find free overnight RV parking and places to stay along your route. You know, when you want to get from point A to point B, but the distance between the two require more travel time than you want to spend and do in a day? As a Harvest Host member, you can ditch the Walmart and the Crackle Barrel parking lots, and you no longer need to fork out $30 or more just to spend the night stretching your legs and sleeping at a campground. To start, click on the Route tab and then enter the location where you'll be leaving from. And our first destination is going to be Sedona, Arizona. As you notice, the map automatically updated showing our route with the Harvest Host locations along this route. I'm going to add a destination to my route because after spending a week in Sedona, we will start heading up north, and I want to spend a few days in Custer, South Dakota before I head back home. Let's zoom in a little bit to get a closer look, and I can see there are 162 Harvest Host locations along this route. But let's change the distance from the route to 20 miles. And once again, the map updated. There are 46 places within 20 miles of our route that we can stay at for free. And look at some of the great places we can stay at. The Harvest Host Golf Package includes everything included in the Classic Package, all the wineries, breweries, farms, museums, but it also includes access to 365 golf courses and country clubs, as well as spa facilities and restaurants. Let's dive deeper into Harvest Host with these frequently asked questions. And if there's a question you have that I've not answered by the end of this video, let me know in the video comments section below. How do I make a Harvest Host reservation? On each location page is contact information, so you go ahead and just contact the host directly. How long can I stay at a Harvest Host? 24 hours. Do Harvest Hosts have any RV restrictions? All RVs must be self-contained with an interior toilet and built-in holding tanks for wastewater. Do Harvest Host locations accommodate large RVs? Yes, 80% of the locations can accommodate an RV of any size. Do Harvest Hosts have hookups? Typically not. Are pets allowed at Harvest Hosts? Typically yes, and this information can always be found on each location page. Do I need to make a purchase when I stay at a Harvest Host? Yes, it's highly recommended you make a purchase to show your appreciation to your host for their hospitality. This is their only compensation they will receive for allowing you to park overnight for free, and you'll have the satisfaction of knowing you're helping a small business grow and thrive. As I mentioned, Hip Camp is another RV app to find interesting, unique, and fun places to RV camp, especially if you want to find places without the crowds or campgrounds are full. I'll leave a link to that video right up here and in the video description below, so be sure to watch that next. Well, that's it for this episode, and I can't wait to see you next Thursday.